are a couple of additional key points to remember when it comes to overseeing licensees here in the Commonwealth. And again, we want to make sure that we know these for our examination. They'll help you. They'll serve you well. So the number one thing here is you cannot advertise a real estate listing as an agent or a broker without a valid license. So you can never make a representation that you're a broker, number one. Or if you're unlicensed, you can't take a listing and serve it to the general public as if you are licensed. That's a big no-no. Number two, we have a disclosure called the Massachusetts Mandatory Licensee Consumer Relationship Disclosure. And that particular disclosure explains the nature of the relationship, and it's given to all consumers at first personal meeting when they inquire about a specific property. Those two things need to happen, and test writers like to play with that a little bit. They might say a consumer calls up a broker's office and inquires about a specific property, 123 Main Street, apartment number 2, and it isn't a first personal meeting, so this disclosure isn't required at that point, okay? We always want to remember when the disclosure is required and the name of the disclosure. It's a hot one for real estate examinations. Number three, this form must be retained for 3 years. So all disclosure forms, all contracts, all financial records, all advertising, everything must be maintained for 3 years subject to audit here in the Commonwealth. Now, brokers maintain records. Salespersons make sure that any and all documentation and information is turned over to their brokers of record. So you want to make sure that that's done and that protocol is followed on exams. It's a pretty hot one. Number four, dual agency is allowed in Massachusetts so long as the relationship is disclosed and both parties give affirmative assent. That means permission in writing. Number five, brokers in Massachusetts are required to maintain an office in this state, if not have some sort of a resident agent here in this state. Number six, they must provide a list of all associated salespersons and brokers to our licensing board. The board needs to have that list. Number seven, a copy of everyone's license must be displayed in the office. Number eight, personal interests in a property must always be disclosed. And this one is a hot one for real estate exam practice questions that I've seen all over the place, all over the years. Number nine, the funds in a real estate transaction must be held in a designated escrow account. Remember, brokers have to be bonded in the amount of $5,000 here in the Commonwealth. And the big reason why is because they handle other people's money. That money can never be commingled with brokerage money or can never be converted and used without earning it. All of that money must sit in a special account known as an escrow account or a trust account. They might refer to it as a trust account on your exam. And the money must be deposited immediately here in the Commonwealth. If a salesperson collects a check, then that money must be turned over to their broker immediately. A salesperson cannot hold, deposit, or release funds. Sort of ties into what number 9 was. Number 11, when an agent collects a deposit check, it must be immediately turned over to their overseeing broker or operations. Number 12, this one is popular. No net listings are allowed here in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. They are prohibited. And again, remember, a net listing is a type of listing in which the seller is looking to net a specific dollar amount, and anything that the agent can sell the property for above that number, they can keep. So for example, if the seller only needs $2 million for the house and you can sell it for $2.5 million, then you get to keep $500,000 in commission. That is a net listing, and those are prohibited here in Massachusetts. Be aware of the word net listing, and sometimes they throw in the word net lease in the same multiple choice scenario, which again is just where the tenant pays all of the operating expenses and such with the property, which are completely fine everywhere. So remember, net listings are prohibited. Okay, number 13, a real estate licensee must avoid the practice of law and avoid offering legal advice. You will absolutely be tested on this. This is on there. This is on the salesperson's exam. This is on the brokerage exam. How do I know this? Because so many people give legal advice when they're not fit to do so. So here on this practice, on this exam, remember that a professional cannot give legal advice unless they're licensed to do so. And if nothing else, because we're learning so much theory, if it's something legal in nature, many times the go-to answer will be have them speak to their attorney. You must understand your role and know when to refer your clients out to an attorney or for legal advice or to a professional, a zoning expert, a land planning expert, etc., an environmental expert. So again, our job role and the scope of what we do must not cross the line. All right. I hope that was helpful in overseeing licensees here in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. I look forward to having you in the next one, where we talk about more Massachusetts topics in this Kramer Review. I'll see you.